So I got hands-on with a demo build of Super Meat Boy 3D, and while I think it is a cool game, it's very clear to me this is not made by the original Team Meat. So for context, the original Super Meat Boy is one of my favorite platformers, I think, of all time. That was made by two members of Team Meat, Edmund and Tommy, and then after that game, they split off. Edmund went on to go make Binding of Isaac and his new game, Eugenics, and Tommy has kind of continued heralding the Super Meat Boy name. This game, Super Meat Boy 3D, is actually made by a new studio, Head Up Games, and Tommy is sort of like creatively supervising the project, but he's not necessarily like directly making it himself. And because of that, I think it's very clear that this game just like, it's missing certain elements to it. So here are my three takeaways from my time with Super Meat Boy 3D. One is it is a well-made game. Like, you know, like I think the platforming feels good, but I think it is missing some of the precision that I really associate with Super Meat Boy. Number two, I really feel the lack of Edmund McMillan's presence specifically. If you're familiar with his work, he has a very like juvenile sense of humor, very big Newgrounds energy coming from him. I'm not really feeling that in what I've seen so far in this game. It's a lot more colorful, it's a little more friendly. I think it's trying to have some of that edge, but it's not doing it quite the way he does it, because oh boy does he like to take it as far as he can. And my third takeaway is, like, as a Meat Boy fan, this game has yet to justify itself to me. Its 3D-ness, its Meat Boy-ness. Like, it's cool, but like, do I need this? I'm still not sure yet. But of course, this isn't the full game, so I will reserve final judgment for when it is truly out. Okay, so this demo is a very, very short slice of the game. After playing it a couple times and getting familiar with the levels, I was able to beat it in like 7 minutes. It's just a couple of the intro levels, and then they throw a couple levels from like a later world in there to make it a little more challenging. So at its core, it has the hallmarks that you expect from a Meat Boy game. As Meat Boy, you have your little sprint, you move ridiculously fast, you're running through saw blades and traps and environments, all to go grab Bandage Girl and rescue her from Dr. Fetus. I had a hard time while I was playing this, like I couldn't put my finger on like what felt off. And it wasn't until I actually loaded back up the original Super Meat Boy that I would say the big issue I'm having is it lacks that like pinpoint precision that Super Meat Boy is so freaking good at. You know, like that game just like feels tight, every movement, every jump, like it feels precise. This game, it feels a little sluggish, it feels a little slow, there's a lack of precision, and some of that comes in with the way it works in 3D, so there were a lot of times where I would actually like mistime the depth of like my jump and would like jump over a platform in a way that, sure, I would eventually learn how to get around it and figure it out, but it never felt right. Like when you play a Super Meat Boy level, you will die like a dozen times playing it, but once you've locked in that level and you know how to do it, it becomes like second nature to you, where you can beat that level like immediately. And you can just like hold the sprint button, you can run as fast as possible, and you know exactly what to do. While I got better at playing these levels with familiarity, I never felt that level of like locked in. It always felt like I was wrestling just a little bit with the movement, a little bit with the controls, a little bit with like the way Meat Boy interacted with the world. Another good example is there's like a wall run in this game, but the feedback on the wall run feels like kind of minor, and so I actually like originally couldn't really tell like if I was wall running or like kind of moving in and out of the wall run. It's hard to describe until you actually like play with the controller, but like it just I never had that feeling of like I'm doing this deliberately, if that makes sense. The way they've translated this game to 3D It's still a fixed camera that's just like zoomed way far back. You can see the platforming in the areas, you know, like ahead of you, so you have time to kind of like anticipate where you're gonna go. It's probably like the best way that you could translate Super Meat Boy to 3D, because it still keeps that sense of speed and momentum. You're meant to be like holding down the sprint, running through fast. This isn't like, you know, Mario, where it's like now you can move the camera. Like, I would equate it to like a faster paced 3D Mario World, if that makes sense. I do want to say though that I think this game does look very gorgeous. I think they did a really good job of taking like the Meat Boy aesthetic and translating it into 3D. It's a lot more colorful than that original game, but like I think they got the charm there. Like it's just what it's lacking is that Ed McMillan lowbrow humor a little bit. But I'm again, maybe that will come in a little bit later in the full release in like additional cutscenes and bits and pieces. But I would say it felt like a little bit tamer than that original Super Meat Boy, which was like really sharp in its crassness and the way it just kind of like came in out of nowhere. It's lacking that element to it. Feels a little more safe. And I think on its own merits as a game, it's fun. Like I had a fun time playing it. Like, you know, I think the level design is well made. It looks nice. It's appropriately challenging in the way you would want from a Meat Boy game. I think if this didn't have the word Meat Boy on it, I would be like, this is a cool little game. I think for myself, when I hear the word Meat Boy though, that suddenly adds like, sure, it adds interest, but it also adds like a level of expectations for myself that can be hard to separate. And while this is fun, I don't know if it is scratching the same itch that the original Super Meat Boy is able to give me. And it kind of cemented those feelings when I went back and played the original Super Meat Boy after beating this demo, and I went, yeah, this is that feeling, this is that precision, this is that movement, this is what I like about Meat Boy, and this is just not quite giving it to me. But of course, this is an incredibly small slice of a full game, so I don't want to be too harsh in my judgments of this quite yet. I want to see the full game for itself, see how it expands. Like maybe it brings something new to the table. Maybe they're able to kind of like tighten up some of the movement, make it feel a little less sluggish in the final product. So we'll have to see how the full game shakes out when it releases. I've been Jean-Luc, and hey, if you've never played the original Super Meat Boy, you should go do that. Real good game. Well, because again, the original Super Meat Boy, that original soundtrack, one of my favorite video game soundtracks of all time, and this soundtrack is fine, but I don't remember any of it. Like it doesn't like stick out to me, which is maybe emblematic of my rest of the experience with that game. It's kind of like, it's fine, but like, I'm not thinking about it the way I kept thinking about Super Meat Boy. Doing its job. It's there, I guess.